Hey, what's up, gang? Happy Sunday. Got the lineup for you. Game 3 against the Chicago Cubs. The Yankees are going for a sweep. At the very least, they've won the series, so they're 15 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws in terms of season series. So that's a hell of a record. And they're on a roll. They're absolutely on a roll. So hopefully they take this game. Got a solid lineup today. And before I get to that, I just want to go over a little bit of chatter that's been going on. There's some questions asked now are, do we think that Gallo and Hicks can or even will be moved at the trade deadline? That's my take on that. If they continue to be consistent and continue to be productive, and again, it can't just be one game and then get everybody hyped up and then go back to reality for 5 games and then one. We've got to see some semblance of consistency. And we have been seeing it a little bit more recently between the two of them. So, but I do think moving them both is realistic, and they're also in a position to replace them with 2 probably younger, more dynamic outfielders on the trade market. So, guys like Andrew Benintendi or Ben Gamel, Cole Calhoun, Brian Reynolds, cost a lot, obviously, but guys like that, Ian Happ. There are certain players out there who the Yankees can't afford to get. I mean, Soto's obviously the big fantasy get. Even Brian Reynolds, they could get Happ and Benintendi for less than it would cost for them to get Reynolds alone. So it's something to keep in mind. And I'm not exactly sure whether the Yankees are going to go for the big gusto. I do think they should make significant moves, particularly with the uncertainty surrounding certain guys. Is Tyon going to be given a new contract at the end of the season? Free agent? Are they going to re-sign Judge? And if so, when? And if not, should they fortify the team enough to put themselves in a position to go after this damn World Series, so that if he does walk on a big contract somewhere, they've at least won a World Series? So there's a lot of questions out there, right? And is Gallo going to be back? I doubt it. Which is why it's more likely to be moved. So we need to see more consistency from him and Aaron Hicks. So there are movable guys. Hicks' contract is team friendly, but his lack of production for the most of the year makes it look like a bad contract. But you get him some semblance of consistency now, it looks like a steal. And there will be teams that will be willing to trade for him. It might just be a payroll time. The Yankees might have to eat a chunk of his contract. But if they can replace them with 2, upgrades in the outfield, it's worth the venture. It's worth pursuing, right? So who knows what they're going to do with the rest of the bullpen. I still think they need to fortify the bullpen as well as the rotation and the outfield. Those are the 3 spots that I'd be looking to fortify. Now, with that, let's move over to the lineup, okay? And by the way, I'll be doing a recap after the game, so if you like recaps and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so right now. It's not only helpful to the channel's growth, but it's greatly appreciated as well. So we got DJ LeMahieu leading off, playing third base. Aaron Judge is playing center field, batting second. Anthony Rizzo is batting third, playing first base. Giancarlo stands at the cleanup spot, DHing. Gleyber Torres, second base, batting fifth. Joey Gallo batting sixth in right field. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is batting seventh at shortstop. Kyle Higashioka is at the dish, batting eighth. And Marvin Gonzalez in left field, batting ninth. I'd like to see Marvin get a little more opportunity. I'd like to see Matt Carpenter get an opportunity here and there, even if it's pinch hitting in the occasional DH spot. I think having his veteran productive bat in the lineup will be a good thing. I'm not surprised Jose Trevino is getting the day off. I think it's smart. He came in the night before, spent a couple innings, got the walk-off hit, and actually was pinch hitting. And then he played last night, so I'm not surprised he's getting the rest today and having Higgy at the dish. So I think it's probably a 2-to-1 ratio between him and Higgy, or maybe a 3-to-2 ratio so that both guys get a regular rest. I don't want to disrupt the momentum that these guys have with the pitchers and just in the lineup and so on. Higgy's obviously hasn't been as productive with the bat, but that doesn't really matter because the catchers are improving the pitcher, or helping to improve the pitchers by leaps and bounds, relievers and starters. So that's, to me, their biggest contribution. Whatever we get offensively from them, it's fine. And Trevino's been more than adequate offensively, so we'll take what we can get, right? And obviously, I don't mind, again, like I said, Trevino getting a day off. I think it's wise to rest him. So we got Jamison Tyon on the mound. J-Mo, hopefully he can put up another credible performance. We had a good start yesterday from Jordan Montgomery. Saved the bullpen too with a 7-inning shutout gem. Hopefully Tyon can give some distance too. That way the somewhat overworked bullpen can get a little bit more break. So, and I do think they'll fortify it to some capacity, Brian Cashman. The big moves, I'm not exactly sure what he's going to make, but I think a combination of solid moves at the deadline will be a wise idea. And they have to answer the question, again, who are they going to re-sign? And if they don't re-sign certain guys, are they going to do enough this trade deadline to put themselves in a position to win the World Series? That's the key, right? That's the question. We just don't know yet. We never know. Cashman doesn't leak anything, ever. So we're just going to find out. Generally, he doesn't make huge splashes at the trade deadline, so I don't expect it, but would I be pleasantly surprised? Oh, yeah. Could you imagine if they got a Brian Reynolds here? It'd be fantastic. We got a prototypical leadoff hitter at center field. Yeah, right? You imagine if they got Brian Reynolds and David Bednar, or an Andrew Benintendi and a Scott Barlow. That would be fantastic. And they can add another pitcher to help fortify the rotation, help give them depth and protection so that if they have to skip starts for innings limit purposes, they have it. They have the coverage. So as much as I like Ken Waldichuk, he might get a shot to come up. He might not. There's no guarantee. J.P. Sears, we've liked, but it's been one game, so there's no guarantee there either. So no matter what they do is going to be very telling as to how serious they're going to be about winning this World Series. And the way that they're playing right now, it makes sense to fortify the team as much as they possibly can. But that's the insights. That's the lineup, and I'll see you later on for the recap. Over and out.